So for the image card, this is where you do any kind of image transfer, and I'm going to just drag this down here, and now you'll see these buttons have become active.
Yep.
This one is CD. You notice the little disc with the arrow on it, and we can burn a CD then if you'd like. This one is DICOM file output. This just sends a DICOM file to wherever you choose. You need a DICOM viewer to open it, so it's really kind of useless data unless you're sending it somewhere. Like say there was a free PAX viewer or something on another computer, you could send it there and open it with that viewer. But this is the important one that we're going to use is the bitmap, because we highlight the image, we click on that BMP, and it's saved to JPEG. We're already linked to that shared folder.
Okay.
This gives you the choice of including the annotations or not, if you put markers and lines and that kind of thing on there.
Okay.
File name.
File naming rules, and then file name is what you're always going to change to, and you said you're going to put the patient name and number on there, right?
There, we were going to put 2827 fuzzy.
Okay, so you'll always change this to the name of the patient.
Now, are you saying if there were a whole lot here, you should highlight all of them at once
No,
before
let's
you?
see. One of these had a bunch in them. Is it this one? Yeah. So let's drag these all down. No, it's only going to let you highlight one at a time. Let's try it that way.
Seems like
I'm highlighting the whole header there. I don't know. That might send them all out. I'm not sure. We'll have to try it.
should we delete them out of the other folder? They're over there in the other folder.
No, I could just name them something else.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oops. Oh, yeah, they should have all gone because it said 0 of 3 and then it went to 3 of 3. So they should all be over there. So if you're going to send the whole thing at once, you just highlight your date header.
Okay.
If you just want to send one of these, you just highlight each individual one.
Okay.
And we're going to name it the same as the name of the study, which will be the Avamark ID number plus the patient name, the pet name, the animal name. Okay, got that.
Yeah, because if I go here.
Got that.
You run out of space on your camera?
Now my camera, yeah.
Okay. Mostly with all three there. All three over? Good. That works good.
Okay.
What, do you just highlight the top one you said?
Okay, so
Yeah,
we do
just
that.
Highlight the header.
We do
Oh,
that
okay.
when we're. And ideally, we should do that when we're doing looking at it, and when you do the study. Just do that.
That comes up in the viewer. And well, see, the timing is, I guess, the technician should probably look in the viewer, and then, you're going to tell the doctor the x-ray's ready.
Right.
But when you're finished with the x-ray, you could go look in the viewer and transfer it over there.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if the vet comes back and says, I need one more view,
Right.
then that one wouldn't have been transferred. I mean, it's not foolproof. We just have to use our brains.
Well, if the vet comes over and says she needs one more view, you would have to add that view, do it, and then go back in here.
And just
pick
select
image,
that one.
image,
Select that
and
one.
Right.
send that
Keep
out.
it-
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Select that one, not the other one.
And it might be named 001. I hope it, would it be named
Yeah, in that
004?
case, you would probably have to name it the Avamark number and the name, and then a number 1
Like
or
1
something.
or
Because
B
if you
or-
just have the Avamark number and
Yes.
name, it's
You
going to
get
say
it,
it's already
Tom?
been there.
Yeah.
Because it'll think it has to overwrite. And if that little window comes up and says, do you want to overwrite the file? It's oops, back.
you don't.
Change the name.
Because you don't want to replace that file with
Right,
this one
right,
because that
then
one
you'd
will be
lose the
gone.
first
That one will be gone. That's right. But it would only be gone over there on the pharmacy computer. It wouldn't be gone.
for eternity.
It would just mean
So
you'd
it
have to
resend
come
it
back
all.
and do it again.
Yeah, it'll never ever be gone out of here unless
Right.
you go in and delete it. And I don't know if
Right.
you'd like me to. Well, I can show you how to delete. Maybe you don't want me to.
No.
I don't know why we'd ever want to
Why do we need to
delete.
know how to do that?
Okay, then I won't even show you the study utility at all.
No hospital I've ever worked at has allowed people to delete their
I don't think we'd ever want to delete, yeah.
Okay,
just because you can accidentally.
because I
You
really
completely screw
can't
something
think of
up.
anything else you'd want to do in the study utilities. In fact,
Yeah.
And you won't need to use any of these utilities. That's all just stuff that we use.
Okay. And now the backup is automatic? We don't have to do something nightly or?
No, actually, we could run another plate, but this is kind of like your backup control panel here. This little arrow is gray right now, but you'll notice when we completed a study, this lights up for a few seconds.
Okay.
That is when it's actually transferring over to
To
this, to the NAS.
Okay.
This, if there's ever any problems with that, and once in a while, the NAS is a little slow to wake up sometimes. Once in a while, you might come in and this thing's flashing yellow. You can go, you click on this, and it takes you into this like error console, and you can see it happened this morning there because we actually didn't have the NAS turned on. So it knew that there was no NAS, and it threw an error code. It said no storage device for outputting data was found. This thing flashes. Don't get real concerned if that's flashing. You can call, and I'm going to ask you to go in there and tell me what the errors say.
Okay.
And then I'll say, don't delete them all, just check them all, because we like to keep the error log here, and you'll be able to come back and be able to tell
Okay.
what was happening. So if you delete them, they'll be gone, then we won't know.
Right.
Okay. So then to get out of it, you just say okay. And other
Okay, that's simple enough. Power button.
So wherever wherever you are, you can just shut it down. In there.
Whatever's
Whatever you're
still.
doing, you can just you can.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't really shut down right away. It's
Right.
first thing is the application is going to be terminated. So we're going to say okay now. Then it pops up to this window. So here, say I just wanted to get out of the application and go back to the desktop. I click this here and go to exit.
Yep.
It's telling me the server application is going to shut down. I'll say okay. There's unverified studies. I have to check. I don't know why there's unverified studies in there, but I'll clear that up. Say okay. And there's one other thing I want to show you here. It has to go through a lot of processes when it shuts down too, so it takes a little while. But at this point, you could really pretty much walk away from it. It'll just do its own thing.
That's great.
Ours start to go across. It's sending also its configurations to the NAS. This should always go the whole way across and complete. If it doesn't, call. If it doesn't, it'll throw an error and you can call me. Operation complete, and that was a successful application termination.
Okay.
At this point, we could actually shut down right from here now.
Okay. So then that's what you do. So.
To get back into the application from the desktop, you'll have two. If you click on it, that one's a client. You don't use that. You'd use that if you had another laptop running a client that would connect to this, but we don't. So we're going to use this one. Double click it, and it shoots you right back in.
FCRView veterinary. Well, they both say veterinary. How do you know which one's which?
Well, this one says client if you click
That
this.
says
Oh,
client.
okay.
But if you click on that one, it's just going to come up and say error. It doesn't work, so you
Okay.
know you click on the next
Okay.
one.
Okay.
And I can take that icon off of there, but I like to leave them on in case at some point you do get a client. That way it's ready to go. And then here we are again with administrator. No password. Log in. And we're starting the whole thing up again.
And you could have gone directly to that. When you exited the first time, you said if you just want to exit the application.
That's what I did.
Was there a way you could have just exited?
And shut down
The whole
completely.
thing at once?
Yeah, there's a shutdown option too. That's what you'll be using.
And it'll
I think
do
that's what
all
came up automatically, defaultly. I think that's what came up.
Now you'll notice too, the reader's not even on. When
Right.
you exit the application, it automatically turns the reader off.
Okay.
So you'll have to press this button to start the reader back up.
Okay.
And don't worry if you would say you would have forgotten to turn that on and you try to put the plate in, obviously it
It
won't
won't.
work.
It won't work.
If you put the plate in backwards, upside down,
It won't work.
it's always gonna beep 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 beep, and but it's not gonna break it. It's not gonna let you
Okay.
damage anything in there.
Okay.
Okay. It's foolproof in that respect. And here we are back to our two main screens: new patient, study list. Double click to go to the image viewer.
Now show Dr. Pearsall how she can change that.
And send the image to our,
Everything is.
Yeah.
where we never sent fuzzy.
Okay.
I want to see how big fuzzy comes
Well,
in.
Yes, I would like to see that too.
We were going to send somebody.
So this is making a CD.
Yeah,
Actually,
we like to leave the
Want me to
processor
send-
in
I'll
just
send this
for a
out to
little
you
bit,
first.
just to make sure this is
Well,
all.
I'm just saying, at that time.
And
just call it,
Well, the guy that
Two,
sends the
eight,
X-ray that won't take the processor out.
2827 fuzzy.
It's
Everybody
like,
does a different job.
space
unless it
fuzzy,
was
right?
me, like I would
Just like
do
we're
anything.
gonna be doing, that's it. Output it,
Some
let's
of
see how big
the
it is.
X-ray guy doesn't like to get his hands dirty with the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys are like
And the
that, too.
CD,
CD, we're going to use this icon right here. It's actually called a PDI.
PDI,
That's what they call a CD output.
okay.
So we're clicking on that.
And we put the CD in already.
Do you,
I've had things that are mixed with rosemary, but not all.
Hang on, I don't know if I clicked it and it's trying to open the software or it didn't.
Now here, it just,
Okay, so then it wants the disk. This will pop up, insert the disk and press the next button. Here again, you have the option to embed the annotations. Check this box and it'll put the annotations on there. These are just operations for startup on the CD, so launch the index, you can leave that.
now listen, if you wanna put a better view than that, I mean, do you do all your little corrections and get a better resolution before you would load it, or does it not matter?
no, you would have had
You get
it.
your image completely adjusted the way you
How
like to
you
look
want
at
it.
it. And then-
Correct, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And we're just going through the motion too. Right?
Absolutely,
That disc you
absolutely.
can just toss.
Leave that at media. And now it's ready.
And what is it writing?
It's writing this image, a DICOM image to
A
the disk.
DICOM image.
With
So
a
it's,
DICOM viewer, so it will have a viewer. So if you send it home with your client,
has a
they'll be
viewer.
able to put the disk in, and it's actually very similar to this viewer.
wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice feature. A lot of places actually will like charge $5 or $10 if the customer would like a disk. So it's an extra way to kind of recoup some of the cost of the equipment. If you want to do that, other places just give them away. It's entirely up to you folks.
Interesting.
It takes a little while. The more images there are, the longer it takes. So again, this is one of those kind of things you can start it and walk away and go do something else rather than stand here watching it.
Right, so you probably should charge for it, Debbie, if they want. Like if they want copies of their
What
file.
CDs?
Yeah.
Generally, places charge anywhere from $5 to $10 just to cover the cost of buying your spindle of CDs and the envelopes. This is gonna be fun. He's just gonna be shooting film tomorrow or Monday.
He'll do it.
Are you here Monday, Tom?
If they put it in,
Oh, you know what?
if they put it in their drive, it would auto open. If the client took it home.
Yeah, I didn't have that checked though.
That's fair.
This is the kind of viewer they'll get. Similar, it doesn't have as many tools, but
Right,
they
right,
can
right.
window level, just like we did.
Uh-huh. Great.
Yes. She has all these different little things.
They can even do a measurement. Yeah, they can measure a line.
I have to talk to my
They
sister.
can put
Great.
annotations on, text annotations.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But go back to where it was loaded. What did you click on to open it up?
I don't know, Debbie.
Like, you know,
Oh, my sister.
What was that?
go back to
My mom.
I'm,
go back to where the disk was loading, where it came up auto run and like this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, they, you know,
PDS viewer is where I went,
Okay,
and I, just because
right.
I know that, and then you had to go into this bin, and then you use this. They always use the application or the exe, so the application is the one I clicked on.
okay.
But should you have checked something
I should
so
have
that?
checked the box that said launch.
Automatically.
Yeah,
that's,
launch
yes.
viewer.
Well, you know, I thought maybe you did check that, but the thing is, we didn't open this and close it again. Oh, we did open it.
Well, go
and
back
close
to it
again.
and see what it, what you would have to change.
Probably got to need another disk.
We don't really need to save it, just because it's true. Usually, when you put these in, something pops up. Oh, came out anyway.
See that? I don't know how far it's going to let me go with an already written disk. Oh yeah, so you would put
Launch the viewer. Do you see that, Tom? Do you see that?
Okay.
It's better to say launch the viewer because Well, I don't know. Launch index HTM, there should have been an index there. We didn't get anything.
I may have not even given it enough time.
I think maybe launch the viewer would be good.
You can just try it.
Now this is to put the image on the disk?
Yeah, it's
Just right now, so you would do
Yeah.
that, put the disk in, this comes up, and then you hit launch the viewer. You select that.
Are you
This
talking
is-
about viewing
this-
the disc, or are you talking about writing to the disc?
Yeah.
Writing to the disk.
This
So
is writing
that's
to the
misleading
disk.
to my
This is
brain.
defining what the owner will see when they take it home and put it in their
Right.
drive.
Okay.
What'll happen when they put it in their
I would
drive?
never think that would say that to put that on there, though. To me, like,
You have
See,
to-
in other words,
Well, it
what
works
kind of
just off the-
automatic startup setting do you want to have for the person that's taking the CD away? Do you want it to launch the index? Do you want it to launch
Because
the
there are so many
viewer?
things to click on, and most people aren't going to know.
Or do nothing?
You knew, but
okay.
And launch the index seemed to be sort of confusing.
That would just launch that whole list of files.
Okay.
and
They
then
wouldn't
still have to
know,
sort through and
right.
Find the right application. Yeah.
So
But
launch
if you
the
say
viewer.
launch the viewer, that's sort
Should
of
pop right
no
into
brainer.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like this is what they'd see.